Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brushworks channel. Today I'm going to take you out on some quotes with me. I've been doing about 3 to 4 quotes a day, so we're going to be driving all over town today. It's going to be probably most of the day just for the driving. So I'll take you along with some quotes with me, and I've got a new camera, kind of show you my point of view, and can see what the process looks like, and when I'm looking at some of these properties, how I'm looking at them. And make sure you guys give us a like and subscribe. We're almost at 500 subscribers. That'd be sweet if we got there. So thanks for watching, and I hope you like the video. Oh, coming out this way.
Hey, Alex.
How's it going?
Good. Throwing on some rubber boots.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Andy.
Andy?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're clearing the brush on the backside.
Yeah.
Okay.
You okay with dogs, or I can
Yeah.
put him away?
No, I'm fine with dogs.
He's just a meathead.
Got a couple dogs.
That's Hank.
What breed is he?
He's a Boykin Spaniel.
Boykin Spaniel, like hunting dog, right?
Yeah. State dog in South Carolina. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, down. Hey, down.
He's like so
Come on.
excited.
Hey, down. Down. Hey, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Get in. Quit. Hey, stop. Settle down. You never get any visitors. Get down. Yeah, so it's just, I've been attacking it over the years, you know?
Yeah.
It actually started out, when we bought this house, it was from here, from this tree line back. So I beat it back.
Done it all
there
by hand?
Yeah, just hauling it down to Bizak, you know, and grinding it off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been like a 8-year process, me and the boys, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was the yard, like I say, right in this section from here in.
Yeah.
They actually had a invisible fence in here, and I was like, man, there's so much yard to use. But
Yeah.
so I just replaced the fence, and I'm like, man, my wife kind of likes it, so because of
The privacy of
part
it.
But man,
Yeah.
it's just such a pain to beat back. I'm like,
Yeah.
we can see where
There's better plants for privacy.
Yeah, I
you know?
agree, 100%. Yeah, that's what I'd like to do is start, you know, I can put some
Evergreens.
evergreens and stuff in there.
Yeah.
So, and it's
Okay.
yeah. So it's, I mean, you can see where I keep smashing it back, and I just got the fence replaced, and I'm like, you know, I don't want that stuff growing all over the fence.
Yeah. So it'd be this. Is there a way to? Because the machine is wide.
Okay.
So it's 80 inches wide.
Okay.
Is there like a larger gate or an area where a fence post can be removed, or?
You know, over here somewhere.
Yeah.
I just had the fence done. I don't know. But that's probably not 80 across there. I'm sure.
No, they definitely wouldn't fit through there.
Okay. I was thinking,
It'd be-
is it like a bobcat with a?
Bobcat, yep,
Okay.
with the pecan,
Okay.
yep. Yeah, so access would be probably the biggest thing. I don't know if there's a way, because if we could, it would fit through there if we could pull the fence posts off and then bring it in through that way. Oh, the neighbor has a fence too, though.
Yeah, it's the only, I probably should have thought of it before. Like I say, the fence is only like a week old.
Yeah. Timing.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's that, and then, you know, along the back here,
Yeah.
and then, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, for us it would only take a half day. So
Okay.
4 hours, it would be all cleaned up.
it's just grinding up. Do you guys do the stumps too? Or?
We could hit the stumps, so that one might be a little big for it.
Okay.
The one over here would be fine.
Okay.
When we grind stumps, we can get about an inch below the soil.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Did you have a stump ground right there? Well, it kind of looks like it.
No, that was from,
No.
I mulched. I had such a pile here about 6 months ago. I just rented a chipper and started pulling honeysuckle out of the ground and chipping it.
Yeah.
That's what I've been using, that to sprinkle around the yard.
Yeah. So this is a double gate, right?
Yeah.
It might be wide enough. I thought it was a single gate.
Yeah, it's a double.
It might be wide enough.
We can measure. I can.
Yeah, you have a tape measure? Yeah.
Sure.
I think we might get through here. So it opens all the way up. Yeah. It'll be close, but I think it might work. Because it does open all the way out, which is good.
We got 99.
Oh yeah, it'll fit. Okay, cool. I didn't realize, I thought it was a single gate
No,
at
yeah,
first.
it's double.
Okay.
Yeah, I put
Check
the
out
trailer
the-
back here sometime.
Walk over there and check out the...
Hey, come on, hey. He's all right. Come on, hey.
He just took off.
Hey. Come on. Hey, come on, let's go. Go ahead, I'll fuck you.
All right.
Hey, come on.
Oh, there he is. Okay, so the stone, does this stone go all the way around? No, just right here, right?
Yeah, it's rock. It goes around that corner over there, but
Okay. We could grind that stump. We'd just have to pick up some of the rocks and move them over.
that's just a log sitting there.
Oh, it's just a log.
that's a
Oh,
stump
yeah,
out
we can
there.
hit that one too,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, I mean, don't worry about like the rock wall. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to redo something with it, but like if you have to come in from this side or whatever, we don't worry about any of the plants or anything. It's
Okay.
kinda taking over.
We could, it's got like a bunch of rock over here.
Yeah, this is all
Okay.
big old rock.
Are you gonna burn this, or did you want us to mulch this?
You can mulch it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do it, I was just been like say putting it on my brother-in-law borrowed my trailer, but I've been
Yeah.
putting it. That all came out from behind when I was getting the fence done. I cleared out that behind the fence line. Man, that stuff is evil shit. You guys,
And it grows fast too. Yeah.
you have
yeah.
you have a good job security with that
I
stuff.
know. Well, we started at the beginning of last year, and we've just been crazy busy since the day we started. And I started advertising that we do this service, and it was just like inundated.
I bet.
So I'm doing like 3 to 4 quotes a day, and that's just me barely advertising. So we got a second machine last week. Really, we could probably use 5 or 6 machines.
Golly,
But
that's
it's
good.
just, and this is only one service, so
Yeah,
like this
right.
is, we've had other people ask us about other services, but I just don't know if we've got the time to do other services.
Are you guys mostly clearing big properties or just mostly stuff like this?
It varies quite a lot. So we'll do ones that are 1/4 acre, and we're there for an hour and a half. Just because it's like, if a tree service is so much more expensive. So, because they bring in like 5, 6 guys, they do it all by hand.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
still takes them longer than it takes us with one person and the machine. So,
Yeah, and they're just dragging it and mulching it and leaving it.
yeah. I mean, they'll charge, I've seen them, for just a little 1/4 acre, over 15 grand. Like for this, I wouldn't be surprised if they come in and quote a tree service be around 12,000. But they have to, because they have a crew of people. They
Right.
bring in a chipper.
Yeah, anything you guys think you can grind, I mean,
Yeah.
tree size like this, there's this pine back here, like, does it have to be on the ground? I mean, I get like something like
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have to be on the ground. We actually prefer it's not.
Yeah,
like that
anything-
evergreen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything that you think that's under, whatever 6 inches, is that, whatever if that's anything under that.
Yeah.
I'd like to get to thin this out so there's bigger trees,
Yeah. So they can. Well, that's another thing too. You can tell your wife, like, as we clear out all the brush around it, the other trees are going to start to fill out in the bottom.
Yeah.
So they'll get privacy that way as well, especially if they're a little bit younger. These evergreens we can mulch no problem. That's super soft wood too,
Yeah.
so that's not a big deal.
Yeah, and just, it goes all the way back. And then most of the thing is back here, it's getting so, like, the leaves and piles and stuff is getting, the drainage is getting terrible. That's what I
Yeah.
all knocked down where I can get in there and
It does look pretty wet.
Yeah, well, I can get in there and start to get it some kind of drainage back.
Well, yeah, their house is graded this way.
Yeah.
So it's draining into the property. Yeah, we'll want to do this in summer.
Okay.
So in June probably.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got standing water over there.
Yeah.
So once it dries up, and then yeah, once it's cleared out too, it'll dry up faster.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah.
Yeah, because the sun will hit it. That looks like a dead one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could pull that down too. This one will be difficult because they'll want to. We don't want to throw anything at that house or that property. So
he's a good dude. I mean, he's excited about getting.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Like, I got the fence was falling down. I replaced.
Sorry about your window, man.
Yeah, no, yeah, don't be careful of that. But you know, if it, if it bleeds over or whatever, he's been mulching up some stuff and throwing it in his yard.
Okay. Yeah, you'll be able to run them like a mower over it. And if you want grass to grow through here, just put grass seed down right after we're done.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you have any, like these honeysuckles, we'll mulch them down. You might get, like way down here, you might get like a little bit of a spikiness from it, from when we hit it. There's a product called Tordon, and it's just like, it's a wood killer. And you just put a couple droplets on it right on top of the stump, and it'll kill it all out the root.
Okay.
Yeah, so that way.
What they've done over in Indian Hill.
Oh yeah.
They cleaned all that out.
Yeah, we've done quite a few jobs over there. So the green space is managed by Indian Hill, and they have their own mulchers that they use, which is great. I've never seen a county have their own. I've seen highway systems have their own,
Sure,
but
yeah.
or a small village, you know.
Never a commute. Well, that's it.
Yeah, and they're the nicest, biggest, nicest machines too.
I bet that's their own. You know that Grand Valley or whatever that down there at the old gravel pit on 126.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard like 2 guys stroked a check for that.
Oh yeah.
To keep that from out of condos or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a different beast up there.
Yeah, they do everything. We accidentally, we were doing a property over there, and we hit a tree, came down that we were mulching, and the coax line that they had, the fiber line, was like really low between the poles, and it hit that line and it broke it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I asked customers, did you just lose internet? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I call Spectrum, and my experience with Spectrum is always terrible. Like, we'll get somebody out there in a few weeks, Yeah. So I called Spectrum, and they're like, okay, we can get some, I have to get someone out there in a couple weeks. And they were like, what's the address? I gave them the address, and they're like, okay, we'll have somebody there in an hour. And I'm like, what? I've never had this. And the customer's like, I just love Spectrum. They're just the best. Oh. And I'm like, you are the only person on the planet who has this customer service with Spectrum. Yeah. It was crazy. I was laughing, but.
Yeah, the owner of my old company, he lived in Indian Hill. He played golf with the president of Duke, and our power went out one time. He's like, let me call. He just called him. He was like, hey. They were like, they're on it,
Oh, man.
Must be nice to have those friends.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, and then it goes back into this corner, and like, you can see how swampy it is, man.
It's definitely.
Maybe I can get some drainage tiles in there down the road here. And there's a lot of roots, but.
Yeah, this isn't too bad. This is like running a lawnmower through it for us.
Okay.
So this is 4 hours. It'll be done. You're super close too.
Oh yeah, you guys in Loveland?
Yeah, we're kind of right up Dallasburg.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. We just looked at renting warehouse space at those new warehouses they're building on 28 in front of Eagle's Nest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we looked at them. We might.
On the other side of Eagle's Nest, or?
Yeah. I have 5 acres and a barn, so we've been just working, keeping all the equipment there.
My dad was, I grew up in Loveland. My dad was a stonemason. He had a couple bobcats and stuff, and we lived over in the Heights. And he eventually bought 5 acres out in Blanchester when I was a kid, because we had to move out there because the city was all over about parking equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they don't bother me where I'm at.
That's good.
Not yet.
Yeah, Loveland all of a sudden it got, back when I was a kid, it was, the farm, like, where the junior high is, that Claiborne or whatever.
Yeah.
That, Brown's farm. And then As soon as they built neighborhoods in there, you got all hoity-toity.
Yeah, they're building a neighborhood right down the road from me, like basically right across the street. Houses starting at 1.2 million. Yeah, and I'm like, oh geez, that's like lovely. They're gonna be complaining about the equipment parked up there all the time.
Yeah, that's nice.
Cool.
But yeah, this little section. Yeah,
oh, this is pretty rotten.
Yeah, that's
we could hit that pretty good.
Another one actually right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we can try hitting them.
No, very big.
Yeah.
I got a buddy's got a
stump grinder.
He actually has a stump grinder next door.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big.
It's a manual one. You gotta, by the end of the day, you're wore out. You're wrestling that thing around.
Yeah. Looks like most of this is a good distance because we can typically get about 6 inches to a fence, up to a fence. This has all been trimmed back.
We just did that because we had the new fence put in. So I went through with the chainsaw.
Oh yeah, and did it all. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we should have no problem getting all this. Let's see anything else. Yeah, no trash or anything, which is good.
Yeah, when I first bought this house, man, there was a bunch of tires back in here and all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's always the case in the woods. People are like, I don't have any trash back there, and I'm like, we were at one that had 15 acres, and I'm like, you pretty much have a whole junkyard back here. And they were like, we didn't put that there. I have no idea where that came from.
Back there, yeah.
We just buried it for them. Put it in the ground. So yeah, our pricing is super simple. It's $1,200 for a half day.
Okay.
It won't be over a half day, so we can get it done in 4 hours for sure.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
I'll get you on the schedule. I would say with how much water you've got over here, June is going to be best anyways. That's what we're booking out at.
Yeah, I'm not,
So that'll open it up, get some sunlight in there, dry it out faster, and you might be able to
beat back this poison ivy and stuff, and then the dog's dragging.
You might be able to cut like a little bit of a ditch line depending on how the grade. Send the water to the other neighbor's property.
Like you can see this. That was a old, drained out to his.
Oh yeah, like a French drain.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
The grade is kind of weird because that ground looks higher over there. His ground is definitely from the house.
This way.
And then this looks higher off the road. It almost looks like everything's washing into your property.
Yeah. This section right here fills up. That backyard will be a big rain. Under his, because it's headed out that way. I mean, it'll be underwater on that side.
Oh wow!
Like all the way up to their deck, it'll be like water. It's like, ooh.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you're about to send more his way, probably.
Yeah. No. I know. I was like, what? I don't know what the. Yeah. He put in a new ditch line starting at like the middle of the fence out to the road. So but. Yeah. These houses were Ryan homes back in the 80s, So.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're better quality than the Ryan homes today.
Across the street there.
The kids are running the company now.
Yeah. The guy in the corner just happened to be walking over one day or whatever, and we were talking about it. And he was telling me he had a lot of warranty issues.
Yeah.
Foundation cracking and stuff.
Yeah. I'll grab you a card real quick. I'll grab you a couple.
Definitely, I'm on.
And I'll get you on the schedule, and it's going to be before July, but towards the end of June.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I got some vacation time going away, I think in June, so.
Okay.
But other than that, I'd love it.
Oh, I got 10 more cards in here.
Thanks, man.
There you are.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that's perfect.
And then have you seen our YouTube channel?
I haven't.
Oh, we have a YouTube channel too. So
Oh yeah. Digital marketing, yeah.
Oh yeah. So we do.
I'll get with Doug, and he'll be excited about that.
Yeah. See the before and afters and stuff that we do, and how it works and what it looks like. And it's fun to watch. That's why I record it. But now I'm doing so many quotes, I haven't been able to record a job. So
I caught you guys on Instagram that came through.
Oh yeah. Yep. So we don't push a lot on Instagram. We'll put a lot on Facebook that then gets kind of posted to Instagram, but
that makes what it was.
Yeah. I'm like, there's so many social platforms. It's too much to manage, They have those automation softwares, but it's like, do I really want to pay per month to send it out to all these different platforms? But yeah, cool. We'll get out here.
Thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, let me know when you're on the schedule and what days or whatever.
Okay, sounds good.
Go from there.
Yep, thanks.
Appreciate it.
How's it going? Yep.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Throw on some of these and show you what we're looking at.
Sprinkling a little bit, but not too
Yeah,
bad.
that's all right.
I won't melt. This is a beautiful house.
Thanks.
Oh, I might be in their way.
My parents. Okay, this will be a little bit easier to describe from here almost.
Yeah.
So you can see the neighbor's kind of fence that comes up in there. They actually cleared out a bunch of stuff that was just like this
Yeah.
on their side of the fence to do that.
Okay.
And then if you see the real big tree back there at the end,
Yeah.
I think the property line goes up another maybe 15 feet, kind of up the hill from there. And then this patch that's mostly like honeysuckle down here, like it's all a bunch of brush stuff like that, except for a few of the bigger trees that are in here.
Yeah.
Like we want to basically get all that out and just turn that into yard space. That's what
Okay.
I'm doing.
What are the 2 trees you're having taken out?
You see the ones with the dead tops
Yeah.
down there?
Yeah.
Those are the 2 that are coming out.
Okay. Let's see. I think we could probably mulch those. Let's see. Is it okay if I cut through here?
Yeah. In fact, the tree guy said he'd have to dig up a couple of these plants to get his equipment back here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would the neighbor be okay with coming across like on the edge of that flat area?
Probably if all this stuff's coming out and that creates the path.
Yeah.
There's also a little path on the other side of the house. Otherwise, we've gotten stuff through on this side by clearing some of that junk out of the way there.
Yeah.
The tree guy said, yeah, for him, because he'd have a chipper shredder up here, so he's
Yeah, he doesn't have a track.
dragging a bunch of stuff up there, and he said it would be easier for
Yeah.
him to do that.
Yeah, for us, we have a tracked machine, so we'd be able to come up on that hill and just clear our way back
Yep.
to here, so we wouldn't have to rip any of that out.
Yeah, it seems like that would be a possibility.
Okay, so these 2 dead ones. Yeah. See a fence line there. Is that your property line?
Yeah.
To this
that's
fence
basically
line?
on the property line.
Okay.
So, yeah, eventually what I'm trying to do is clear basically to that fence, and
You want
where
all?
that pile of brush is down there,
Yeah.
that's kind of about, our property line actually goes farther that way, but it gets very wooded, so
Yeah.
pretty much into the house on this side of the sidewalk.
Okay.
Eventually I'm going to get some of this honeysuckle and this little tree out here. I can do a lot of that myself, or
Yeah.
you guys have your.
We can hit it with a
back
mulcher
here.
and mulch it. Yeah. It's gonna hurt the grass some, but
Yep.
it's gonna all be bare there anyways after we mulch it.
Yep.
So you can just throw some grass seed down. We don't want ruts, so we're not gonna put big ruts in the ground. But yeah, I mean, that looks pretty simple enough. The only thing that we'll have to probably hand cut is some stuff right on that embankment. That's just right on the side, but that's pretty easy for us. We'll throw it in front of the mulcher and
And I haven't walked back through there for a few years.
Yeah.
Most of this is just overgrown honeysuckle and other brush kind of stuff through here.
yeah.
And there's no drainage or anything through here. There actually is a drain pipe that runs under that middle patch.
Okay. Yeah, the ground's pretty solid, so it runs off pretty good up here.
So,
Some stems in there.
I mean, I'm just trying to, put your quote next to the tree
Yeah.
stuff I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And I probably need to drag
We can clean
I
up
need
all
to-
that over there
I
too.
need to actually mark the property line. I think the real big tree, like I was pointing out, I think it's there, and it goes up some from there. But I don't know exactly where the end point is, because I want to get as close to that as I can.
Yeah. Typically they'll put a fence 6 feet from the neighbor's property line. There's rules around that stuff, so they may have put it as far over as they could.
Yeah.
So, and they may have had it surveyed before they did that. Yeah, for us, it's a day's work. I mean, we can take out both those trees for you too. That's no problem. So we can drop them and mulch them. And then we can mulch the stumps down to about an inch below the soil.
Yep.
So not as quite as good as a stump grinder would get it, but the Fecon can get about an inch below the soil.
Yep. I guess my biggest concern, kind of like I mentioned to you on the phone, would be because of how much honeysuckle we've had just invading us here.
Yep.
Obviously, I want to try to prevent as much of that from coming back as I can.
Yeah.
That's where the tree guy was like, yeah, I probably need to leave my guy with his stump grinder for an extra day. He was going to charge me another $500 to have a guy just out here with a stump grinder for a day to clean up that stuff.
That's a lot of small stumps to grind.
Yeah.
So you've got another one there. We can hit that one too. The down tree, we can mulch that up.
Yep.
So for us, it's 2,000 for the day, and that would get this all cleared out. We'll knock those trees down and grind them up as well.
Okay.
And as far as like the honeysuckle stumps, we can hit them about an inch below the ground. You may have some that stick up a little bit, and then when you get seed in here and the grass growing back, the mower, because it's real stringy, it'll just shave it off at the top. And then it's not going to come back once you get grass in there.
Yeah.
Like as long as you...
Key is to get the seed down fast and try to get it
Correct.
Over to...
Yeah. So as soon as you get it converted to lawn, and you just keep maintaining it like the regular lawn, that stuff's not going to come back. It's going to die off anyways because you're running the mower over it. You're not letting it survive.
Yep.
And we could come in. We've got the tort on. We could go at the end of the day and put some dabs on each stump just to make sure that it's going to die out on the root. We don't want to pull them out of the ground because then you're going to have holes everywhere from where the root balls were. But yeah, I would say for us, because the size of the lot is a half day. Yeah. The grade and the complexity of it is going to be pushing us over 4 hours. So, and then with that extra time, we can come back around and put some product down to kill it off. So, yeah, and we're 2,000 a day, so we're very simple.
2,000. That'll take the trees. That'll take the stuff out. And then at the end, when you guys are done, it looks like, I mean, I haven't been onto your YouTube stuff, but it looks like the kind of just a bunch of wood chips.
Yeah. So it'll be grinded up to a bunch of wood chips, like a bunch of small wood chips. And you can throw grass seed right on top of that and just do it before you get about 3 to 4 days of rain. That wood chips are going to hold the moisture in, almost like straw, but a little bit thicker. And then next spring, it's going to come in super thick because those wood chips over the winter especially will break down a lot and then really return a lot of nutrients to the soil. So it's going to be very rich when it's done after about a year. So
let me ask you, is there a better time of year to do this? Like we're in the middle of growth season right now. Would this be more effective if we wait until because we were thinking we'd wait till the fall, let the honeysuckle kind of die a little bit, and that may make it an easier project, or does it make a difference?
No, it's actually better to do it in the spring and summer or early fall because
then you get the grass in its place.
Yeah, well, the wetness too is a big factor. So like for us, we have 4 months last season we couldn't do anything. And even this spring, it's been raining so much that we've had to push a lot of jobs back. So because we don't want to rut up property, right? We want to make sure, because the skid's only going to leave like a little tiny track mark if it's dry. And if it's super dry, it's not going to even know it was there. As we work around here, we're going to be turning onto the soil. So it is going to turn up a little bit of the soil, not much, but it's going to all be seeded anyways, so it's not going to really matter. But yeah, it'll look good. And for us, we do it machine clearing. We don't do it by hand. We don't use the chipper. The chipper's attached to the machine. So, and we only need one guy to do it. So we'll have just one guy out here and he'll get it done. So yeah, we can mulch up all that stuff. This stuff, I don't know if you're going to keep that for firewood or...
I'm going to have, actually, the tree guy said he'd take the stuff not stacked. He said he'd take the loose stuff out here. I've got stuff stacked kind of back behind.
Oh yeah, I see his wraps around this tree. Yeah.
He was going to pull those pieces out for me.
We may have to use the grapple and grapple them out of the way to get access to the trees. If they have the chipper, that might be easier for them because with the real thick stuff just slows us down a lot. That stuff would be better off in a chipper. So, yeah. And there might be more of it wrapped on the trees, but we have a grapple. We can grab it, move it, get it out of the way for us to mulch it. But we can do the whole area in a day for sure. The whole property.
All right.
Yep.
Here, let me walk out of the rain a little bit.
Sure.
I don't know if you give me a quote sheet or I just...
Yeah, I'll send you an estimate. I'll send it through text and email.
Cool.
And then you could just, if you want to go with it, just click approve, and that'll open it up for me to get it on the schedule.
Is there a timing that you think would probably be a free day coming up? I guess it depends on the weather too a little bit, right? But
Yeah, so right now we are booking into June, which is probably not a bad thing because the drier it is, the less damage that'll happen to the lawn, right? So you'll have almost no problem at all if it's dry enough. This dries out pretty quick just because of the way it's graded. So if we get rained out at another job, because their area has low spots, then we could come here because you don't have really that issue.
Okay. And you
So-
think you get the track up kind of on the side here? And just
Yeah, let me double check because there's like a smaller tree here. Is this one on your property? Do you know?
This pile of dirt, which used to be a tree, is basically on the property line. So
Okay, so this tree's on the property line?
it's probably pretty close. That might be on their side of it, honestly.
Okay.
It's kind of right along here.
Yeah, that one might stop us from getting up in there. So we don't want to take it down. It's on the neighbor's property. So we might have to come in through this way, but we don't have to rip it out. We can straddle it.
Yeah.
So we're 80 inches wide. Let's see. Yeah, we may have to move the table and chairs temporarily, but
Yeah, that's no problem, obviously.
we can plant the tracks. Depends how the tracks lay out, but we can straddle these so we don't have to rip them out to get in there. But that for sure, then that would have to be done by hand, but
Yep.
and then we'll pull that stuff in front of the mulcher. But
Okay.
yeah, we can clean it up and get all that for you too. Get it down as much as you want to clear down there. So we can do a lot in a day. We can clear about an acre a day.
Okay.
So you don't have an acre of brush here, but you do have a little bit complicated terrain, so
Right.
and some handwork. So we got to just account
Yeah.
for that.
No, I think the big difference probably between you and the tree guy at the end of the day is what's left behind, right? He'll have some maybe ground stumps and some deeper hole ruts, and you guys will have a little, more
The little-
chips kind of stuff because
We'll leave the chips there.
Right.
I mean, if they're around, they might be more expensive. But yeah, ultimately it's going to be, if it were me, I would decide based off of the end product that I want left on the property. So, yeah, and this is a lot of handwork. So
Yeah.
I would say if I've seen tree companies that would quote this around 12,000 to do it.
Man.
Yeah. So anything below that.
About he's got a machine too, which sounds almost kind of like yours that does the
mulching.
The mulching, but he said he was going to have a chipper shredder up here. So,
I wonder if he's going to do a little bit of each, because the mulcher is definitely, as far as speed and cost, definitely the best route. Cutting them out by hand and throwing them into a chipper is a lot of labor. You're going to need more than one guy.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a higher cost. You're not going to be left with any wood chips though, so that's a big factor. The wood chips don't really affect much, but it does take a little bit. If you want grass in there right away, then you would want the wood chips gone. So, but if you're willing to wait till next year for the grass to come in, then you can leave the wood chips down.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I think
and then
that's
that
gonna be
stuff as well.
That's probably going to be the big decision point is what to do next. I'm trying to get the 2 steps together, get it cleared, and then get it replaced. Because the last thing I want to do is pay to have it. Pay to have you guys clear it, and then I wait too long, and I've got problem areas cropping up all over again. Like, I'm afraid of that. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. For us, it's 2 years from now you have a big problem, but I think over the course of a few months, it's not going to be a big deal. One thing with that is that we wouldn't haul that off, but we do work with a tree service guy that has a dump trailer, and I think he's $400 for the load, and he can come and grab all of those logs and load them and take them off.
So if you can give me a quote that would be doing the clearing, and then assume like the down logs, because I do want to
need them gone. Yep, I can do that.
Out of here.
Yep, sure.
And I can kind of compare as much apples to apples as I can with the tree one.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
Yep, nice meeting you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
Stay dry. Yeah.
I'm trying. Okay, we're clearing all this area. It's like an old concrete pillar back there. Some down trees that are rotten. I see the hillside. This up here. She wanted a few feet off the driveway as well. She's not going to be here at this quote today. The fence over here. So up to that fence. Okay. So far we're looking at about a half day. Let's see what she's got in the back. See around the side of the house first, actually. Ooh, very soft right there. Wow, very thick stuff. Big logs have just been thrown in here too. See some that's cut up. Go around the back and check it out. Okay, she said they're looking to put a barn in back here. You can see where some stuff's been cleaned up. Here's some heavy water flow. Must be a creek down here that's running pretty good. Some brush piles to mulch up. I see a big down tree in the back. Big dead one straight ahead. Okay. Yeah, there's a big creek down there. Definitely getting unmanageable. You can see this fence over here behind me. Someone's come in and cut some big logs down. That's interesting. Wonder why these didn't get picked up. So over here you can see this fence. Some brush over there, so we can get the machine back in there. And push back from this garage, she said. I'm not sure how far, but she kind of implied as much as we can do in a day. This looks a little bit more manageable. Okay. All right, so a day here. We get the whole front area, this side, cleaned up. Mulch up this brush pile. Push it back as far as we can. So, yeah. Definitely a day here. A couple grand, not too bad. We gotta watch out for this steep drop off. Hopefully we can come up the side of the house. Let's see if we can come up the side of the house to get this here on the side. Let's see. Nope, definitely not. This fence goes. No, you can see it. Maybe we could run up this side. Maybe. You can see it drops off. It's always hard to see on these wide angle lenses, but it drops off quite a bit right past this fence, but we only need a good 80-inch pathway to cut around here. But even then, we wouldn't be able to get back in this spot because of the fence is blocking it all. This would have to be done by hand. I'm not even sure if she wanted this cleared, but I imagine she would. Yeah, I think we could run a day's work here and get pretty far. So, some big trees. Big honeysuckle. Dang, look at the size of some of these. This is some old growth. About a day's work here. Get quite a lot done. Some hand work, I would say. We can hit up Dylan, see if they want some hand work done. But as far as machine work goes, we can pretty much clear this lot, clean it up real nice.